Hello. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Let's get into it. It's a powerful day. It's a powerful day. Today is 8/26/26, 888. To me, that is God telling me, okay, this karmic justice, what goes around comes around. The law, as it is in heaven, let it be that way on earth. Yeah. It's about to be that way on earth. It's about to be that way in me as an earthen vessel that houses the Spirit of the living God. I declare it, I decree it right here, right now. I receive it. I know I already have it. It's just a matter of believing it to the point where I'm walking in it. So I can walk it out. So I can walk it out. We got seeing beyond. Seeing beyond. It says, look beyond the obvious. Trust your intuition to reveal deeper insight. I know what the world looks like, but God said, go deeper. Come hither. Come hither. We saw in the last reading where we had the Nine of Wands, and she was facing that way, facing the mirror. Okay. Now we got a door. Now it's not just in our imagination. Now we got an open door to God's love. Okay? And everything that entails. Okay? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Everything in it. Everything that He created. It all belongs to Him. The air we breathe. The life of God that we receive daily. Seeing beyond. Seeing beyond the flesh. Seeing beyond your situation. Seeing beyond your circumstances. Spiritually. I see an open door for me. What do you see? For you. She's alone. She's not alone. You feel me? But she's standing alone. It's something that only you can do. Like being born again. Even when you come into this world, you come into this world alone. You got to go through that pathway. That birth canal. You had to squeeze. You had to turn. You had to alone. Of course, the mother, the God, okay, yeah. When I say the God, meaning that from which you're coming from, is helping. The child inside of the womb can't see the mother pushing, laboring in love with the pain. Y'all going through it together. However, you got to take them steps. One after the other, alone. It's your journey. It's your personal relationship with God. That's why I see what I see and others see what they see. They may not have the same relationship with God as me. And it's not supposed to be. Okay? We had 12 disciples. One was Judas. But the Gospels, each of them experienced the same Savior. I was from the same Emmanuel, the same God. He was with them all. But the way that they experienced him individually, experienced it, his presence, okay, the experience of being in his presence, each of them based on who they were as individuals reported a different account. Based on how it added up within them individually. They had different experiences. We had doubting Thomas. We had Peter who denied Christ 3 times. Matthew. I think Matthew was a doctor. So he's probably looking at him from one healer to another. Earthly healer to, spiritual healer. Comparing notes on that level, looking at things from that, perspective. This is, and it's so good because we have the accounts of them all. Okay, we have the accounts of them all. He say, who do you say I am? Who is I am in me been to you? It says, look beyond the obvious and trust your intuition, the Holy Spirit of the living God that lives within, the comforter, the teacher. He said he'll bring all things to our remembrance. He'll lead us in the truth. It says trust the God that is within you. We've been talking about, us being a holy temple in which the Spirit of the living God resides in. Those of us who have invited him in to do that, to be that. Someone we can trust to reveal the deeper insights beyond what we see with the naked eye. She's going into the unknown. Okay? Don't know what it's going to be like on the other side, but she knows that it's good because she's going and even has been led to this place, secret place of the Most High. She's been led here by him. Her steps have been ordered to this door of truth. Blue door. Blue represents truth, honesty. Look at that road, that path. Okay, it don't look smooth. It look, okay, she might have had to climb a little bit. Look a little rough. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Why? Because if you got it, everybody you love got it. Everybody you know will have it. It's like, ain't no sense in me screwing the top on that because there's an issue. Okay. The next card out, we got High Priest. It says intend and create. Intend and create. And we know that Jesus was a perfect example of a high priest. God was also showing me Joseph. That's what time it is. Being called up. O Zion. You've been called to a higher place of praise, to stand upon the mountain and magnify his name, telling all the people in every nation that he reigns. Zion, God's dwelling place. God is calling you to a higher place of praise. And it says, and it becomes my highest praise. When? When all that I am responds to who you are. It becomes my highest praise just to know you, Lord. Just to know you, Lord. Just to know God. Oh my God, to be so aligned that he is giving you his time. He is sending you messages. He is co-creating with you. He is sharing his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding with you like he did Solomon, like he did Joseph, like he did Jesus, like he did David, Moses. Here we are. That hawk, yeah, bird's eye view. It says, recognize that you have the power. You have the power. Remember, we was the last one of the last messages, God, that magic card was out. You have the power. Let me pull. We have the power to change your life. You have the power. Recognize, it says, with the hawk. Recognize, okay? See beyond the obvious. Care what it looked like in the natural, see in the spirit, okay, to what God is, those have your eyes on those deeper insights that God is revealing. Focused on his word, on his promises, not just the written word, but the word that he's been speaking to you and your spirit speaking over you all your life. Remember, Joseph had to spend all that time, all that testing, and at the end of all of those years, it was a lot of them. A lot. Really all his life. In spite of what everybody else was saying, he had to remember who God had showed him in a dream. So you could be a dreamer. God could deal with you heavily in your dream, in your sleep. When you're still, you could be a daydreamer too. See in broad daylight visions. God giving you, download and you hear it, you see it. Yes. You could be a seer with this seeing beyond. God say, trust what you're seeing. You know what's good. You know what's God. Those that I'm talking to, you know. If you don't know, I'm not talking. This message is not for you, my love. It's for those who know, who can see beyond this reality. Look beyond the obvious. That means you are able to. God wouldn't be saying do this if you weren't able to do that. Right? High priest? Oh yeah, this is what you do. This is what you do. You are the bridge between the worlds, heaven and earth. You're always in between the two. Of course you did. You always in between the two. In between. Intending and creating. Speaking. Singing. Intentionally. To create new reality. Ain't nothing like it was before. Is where the new begins and the old ends. My past is no open doors. My past is no open doors. Once she go through this door, that door is not opening. It's like going into the Ark of Covenant. It's a covenant. She don't have to worry about nothing coming up behind her to drag her back into the path, into the past, from the path that she walked away from consciously, intentionally. She know why she's leaving. She know why she's no longer there. She understands why she's gone and had to leave. She know. The devil don't like that. He couldn't see who was calling you. Nobody else there but her. Like she following a voice that's calling her. He couldn't see who was calling you out of what you was. We ain't denying that we was that. Okay? And we was that. The best of that. We ain't denying it. But it's a higher calling. God called you out of what you were, who you were, how you were, into all that you would be. Thought he had you down for the 1, 2, 3. But then your 911 went before the G. Hova. And it was over. Shema. The Lord appeared. Okay? He revealed a deeper insight to you. He appeared. The door was open and you were out of there. You've been redeemed by the King. And oh yes, it is just like it seems. It's not in your dreams nor mine. We looking at a queen of overcoming. Oh yeah. That's the truth. Not just a fact, that's the truth. You the truth. Intending, creating, being the church. Being. That help. Okay? Pharaoh needed help. When he had that dream, dreams are getting ready to come true. You hear me? Dreams. God, listen. If your dream is the same dream that God is dreaming of, it's about to come true. It's about to come true. It's just going to be coming true from this day forward. It's just going to be coming true. From this day forward, you're going to be becoming truer and truer and more of who you are. Capable, able to interpret the writing that's on the wall. Okay? Yeah. You're going to be able to write that vision. It says authority to change your life. Authority. This is what you receive, and this is what's on the other side of everything that you left behind. Authority over your life. Deeper insight is on the other side. Yeah. You have the authority. God has given us the power to change our lives. Okay. As we recognize that we have the power, He's given it to us. Jesus rose with all power in His hand, and He distributed that power. Okay? To those who could make an impact. To those who would occupy His space until He returned. Recognize that you have the power to change your life. It says face your fears. Face them. You don't think she's scared? That look like nothingness. Like I'm just finna fall off the cliff. Face those fears though, and align with the light. Okay, follow the light, Caroline. Come out of that staticky, chaotic place and follow the light. What is the light? Follow the divine truth. Follow your higher consciousness. Okay, Christ consciousness. Follow Christ through your consciousness, through what you know about him, based on the experience that you have had with him in your life. What is the light? It's the presence of God, the goodness of God, that which is a light that dispels ignorance and darkness. Okay, look like she coming from, different shades, 50 shades of darkness and into the light. It says this light dispels ignorance. You know now. You're not ignorant anymore of Satan's devices. The things that he'll do to keep you where you are, so you stay stuck and miserable with him. He don't want you to be with God, with Emmanuel. He don't want you to walk into the light. The marvelous light at that. This light is about to be marvelous. And why? Because I said so. Okay? We created the new, right? God created the world, this world, with what he said. And God said, let there be light. I'm declaring and decreeing that within us, since we are the temple of the living God, there will be light and we will be lit. We will be lit with your divine truth. We will be conscious of you, Most High God. Okay? We will live, move, and have our very being in your presence. We will be so lit with your light that it dispels ignorance and darkness. We will be so filled with your truth and the knowledge of you that we can pull down those strongholds, everything we know not to be true about you, about us being with you. You'll have the knowledge and the truth to pull down those strongholds, everything that exalts itself above the knowledge of who you know God is and has been in your life and in the life of those that you love. There's a spiritual clarity that you have. That's why it says look beyond. It didn't say see if you could see beyond. No, God is talking to people who he has already gifted with deep insight, the ability to see beyond this reality and into all that he has already created, prepared. But we got to say what he said and is saying with authority so that our life can align. Right here, the card that's clarified this high priest, it says divine alignment, Psalms 11:7. It says God's business is putting things right. Okay? God's business is putting things right. He loves getting the line straight, setting us straight. Once we're standing tall, we can look him right in the eye. Okay? With these eyes, you got that bird's eye view. We see what he sees because he done got us straight. Okay? He done straightened out. Okay? Yeah, it's a line now. We know who we are in him. We know how we are to be in him. Truthfully, this is a card of authenticity. Okay, your original self. Becoming your original self. Just the truth. We can look him right in the eye. Right in the eye. Face to face. All of us. The wild, okay, the domesticated, okay. David had both. God raised him in the wilderness. John 2. John the Baptist. Raised in the wilderness. And they learned there that it's going to be what I say it's going to be. I'm going to feel how I, you know what I'm saying, choose to. I can see a matter. Yeah, I know what it looked like. But it's deeper than that. God done showed me the truth. Clarifying the shapeshifter. It says transform and unveil your gifts. Transform and unveil your gifts. Now that you done been transformed by the renewing of your mind, okay, you done they think you lost, and yeah, because you ain't looking like them, thank God. We transform. Now we just are who we are. God has enabled us to be whatever we need to be when we need to be it. Show me truth. Show me how you work, God. School me in your ways. Okay, with that wilderness, I told you. School me in your ways. Take me by the hand. Lead me down the path of truth. For you are my Savior. Okay, Psalms 24, 4-5. This is how he saves us from the path of the perverse and the wicked. He shows us the truth. He allows us to see beyond what's right in front of our eyes. You know, the natural, the flesh of a person, of a place, of a thing. We can see beyond it. We can see the spirit of it, the truth of it, because he's showing it to us, okay? It's not just us, we're being shown. Card that goes clarifying this shapeshifter is clarity in chaos. In chaos, your intuition brings clarity, so trust it, okay? You're going to know what you need to know when you need to know it. It ain't nothing about you slow. Okay? Because God is not slow. Okay? He's always on time. God be being patient with people, places, and things. Okay? He be being patient. He's not slack in his promises coming to pass. But he wishes that none perish. Okay, whatever this chaos is that's coming or here, whether it's within, internally, externally, he wishes that none would perish. How do we perish? Due to a lack of knowledge, due to not knowing the truth about a situation. Not being clear in the chaos. That's how we perish, by not being clear in the chaos. Okay? The Holy Spirit had to bring us clarity. Bring it to us. Those deeper insights had to be revealed. And then we had to trust it. Yep, that's what it is. Yep. I know. I know. Don't want to see it, but yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. God showed it to us. It's our responsibility, he's saying, to recognize it. And now that you know the truth, okay, that's giving you power. Knowledge is power. Now that you know better, you can do better. You can make a different decision now that you are vibrationally aligned. When you align with the universe, okay, and for me it's the God of the universe. When you align with the God of the universe, your intuition becomes stronger. Your knowing becomes, you able to trust it. When you aligned, when God has divinely aligned you, okay, for such a time as this, so that you could lead and guide because you see from a higher perspective. Eagle is out here twice. We got the hawk, we got the wolf, which we know is intelligent, okay, and dogmatic about it, okay. I'm thinking about Caleb from Joshua. And then we have a bee, a bumblebee, bask in the joy and light. See, after you done come into the light, now God say you can bask in it. Bask in it. Light is the truth. The light is the divine truth. The divine truth. His knowledge, now you know, just bask in it. Bask in that light. Look at her. Look like she's soaking it up. Okay, sitting in it. Standing in the midst of it. Centered in the truth. Okay, aligned, upright, ready to serve. Ready to serve, bumblebee. Ready to be happy, ready to spread joy. Flower to flower, okay? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Because that truth, it stings. But it also, it's for them, it stings. Those who want to live in lives, live in illusion, you understand, just want to believe a lie to me type of attitude. Yeah. That truth, you basking in that joy and in that light and that truth, and now you know. Can't nobody tell you nothing, okay? You finally free to float like a butterfly, to sting like a bee. Breakthrough for you. Breakthrough insight. It says intuition brings breakthrough. That's what I said. Shema, the Lord appeared. Jehovah Shammah. He appeared. In your life, in your world, in your heart, in your mind, something. He brought it to you, the clarity, the understanding. Dropped it in your spirit. Gave it to you through a song. Okay, however he did it. The Holy Spirit brought the breakthrough to you through the insights. Through the deeper insights that were revealed to you. And then it says act on them. See with the B? Act on them. Breakthrough B. Act on them. Now it's time to act. Now it's time to be. The doing is in being. In being, you're doing. You're acting upon, okay, what you done saw in the spirit realm from the higher perspective that you received from the Most High. Trusting that everything is what? As you lead, we trusting that everything gonna happen in God's divine timing. We just gonna do our part. It says transform and unveil your gifts. Okay? You have an ability to lead. You know what I'm saying? To see, like Joseph. You have foresight. You have insight. You can lead. You can guide. God can trust you to do what's best for the people in your life, in your world. This is why it's room for everybody. Because in your life, in your world, this is what needs to happen. On your corner, in your hood. in your lineage. What Joseph was doing, it affected his lineage. What Joseph was doing, what God had Joseph doing in Egypt, come through. What God had Joseph doing, and God opened his door that no other man could open. He literally came from the pit. Okay, he had been sentenced to death, to just be down there until he died. No time limit, death row. Okay, and then God called his name. I need somebody who could see deeply. Come to me. Because I need you to be able to bring clarity in the midst of chaos. Yeah. So trust that it's, time. I was looking at the time on the clock and it looked like close enough to 10:10. Okay, the thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have called your name that you might have life, and that life more abundantly. You're going to have clarity in the chaos. That's an abundant life right there alone. You're going to have breakthrough. That's going to give you breakthrough after breakthrough that where you'll be able to see insight internally so you can know how to go externally. All we have to do is trust it. That's how we got here. I say trust it. I got you out of all of that. Everything else behind you. And he did. We had to go through it so that we could learn how to see in the dark. So that we could learn how to see with a whole bunch of stuff going on all around us fast, at once, furiously. You know how a tornado, a storm is. Chaos. A storm of chaos. But it taught us how to see and keep our eyes on the prize, okay? The tree of life. We're going to call that tree the tree of life. She got her eyes on God. Got her mind on God. She can't get enough. Show me. Bring me clarity. Everything unfolds in its time. Trust God's timing. Trust God's timing. Everything is unfolding in its time. Thank God. We don't have to worry about everything. Because you know what? I hate to say this though, but Jesus is that divine masculine. He is the first original high priest in my life. So we can trust now. Because we have a divine masculine leading us from within. We're not going to be led astray. He is the light. He is the way. He is the truth. And he's going to show us that truth. He's going to show us how God works. He's going to school us, okay, in his ways. He's going to take us by the hand and lead us down the path that is true for us individually, collectively. He is, okay, that Savior that you can trust in your time of need. You can come boldly before the throne and obtain grace, favor, insight. God will help you see past the BS so you can be blessed because you are highly favored. Joseph, you're highly favored. This is you and God's business. God's business is putting things right. You and God doing this together, co-creating, putting things right in your world. Within you first and within your world. As above, so below. As it is within us, so shall it be without us. It's just a matter of time. And time is on our side. Yes, it is. setting us straight. Once we're standing tall from the inside, once we're standing tall, once we're upright and no longer in reverse, okay, tossed to and fro, okay, by this, that, and the other, don't even know, but just tossed to and fro, because we don't know which way to go, up and down. You're in a storm of chaos. But that light, see beyond what's obvious. I know it's chaos all around you. Okay? But see beyond that chaos. Get clear. Focus on the light. Focus on the truth. On those deep insights that have been revealed inside of you. When you align with God, your intuition becomes stronger. You become stronger. You become spiritually stronger. You become able, okay, to stand, to speak clearly, intentionally, so that you can create the life you know God wants you to live. Life, and that life more abundantly. Abundant life. Okay? Abundant light. Abundant truth. It is light that dispels ignorance and darkness. In many traditions, the high priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. Didn't even know, but knew it. Yes, he acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future or predict the future, okay, like Joseph did. It's going to be 7 years of famine and 7 years of plenty first. It's going to be 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of famine. That was 7 years. We wouldn't have known if the prophecy was true until 7 years later. But you say God is telling you to store up. God is telling you to store up. Store up what? Light. Keep that lamp lit. With his word, with his truth, with his promises, relationship. Just like you have a relationship with the divine masculine that everybody looking for, externally and out here. This one first. Then you'll know what he's supposed to look like, how he's supposed to act, who he's supposed to be. Because they'll just switch places. What was in the spirit, the relationship that you have with God in the spirit, will just be right in front of you in the flesh. For the most part. Mm-hmm. So if that person was coming and bringing you confusion, you know that that's not, okay, like the God that you know, because I'm never confused. There's a plethora of truth and light, and yeah, I'm never in the dark. So if that person was coming and he got you all in the dark and he got you all confused and it's just a storm of chaos with no clarity in it, you know that ain't it. That ain't it. Supposed to look like this. Supposed to be like this in spirit, the character. Okay? A divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine or predict the future, but to help create it too. Joseph helped create a future where there would be plenty during a time when everybody else was famished. He helped create that. God showed him the truth. This is what's going to happen. Going to be 7 years of plenty, and there's going to be 7 years of famine. I mean nothing. So it's got to be in you. It's got to be in you, stored up. in you, stored up first, and in your world, prepared, straight, upright. And God helped Joseph, gave him the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to put things right, to set things straight, to do business like God would do business. That was the first welfare system in the Bible. Not the first, but one of them. Definitely was a welfare system. God cared about the welfare of the beings that came to get grain and whatever else they needed. And Joseph had it stored up. I think that we're living in a time where that's what wisdom is like. Like, store up the truth within you. All that you done learn from all that God has taught you and the Holy Spirit has taught you on this journey. That's why I say wisdom is the new wealth. Because if you don't know, you're going to perish. If you don't know, you're going to stay in the relationship longer than you were supposed to. If you don't know, you're going to hang around people, you know what I'm saying, that ain't even for you. Totally against you. Anti-you. You'll stay. Because it's your mama, and it's your daddy, and it's your sister, and it's your brother, and it's your family. Karmic family. People who you're just supposed to learn lessons from. So you'll know what not to do. How not to do it. And also what you should do, because they didn't do none of that. So let me make sure I do all of that. Add all that into the, my way of being, my way of doing. Okay, so I can help God create His dream. He has a dream for us to be provided for. To have all that we need according to His riches in glory. Breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. We just breaking through. Why? Because it's time to. When it was time for Joseph to come from down there, to come up higher and be the leader that God had created him to be. Okay? It happened right away. Suddenly. Okay? It's just like the ticking of a clock. Soon as it hit 10:10, okay, things change. From the thief being able to steal his time, his energy, his life force, his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, everything that Joseph had been using in Egypt up until this point, where he gets rewarded for being who he's always been in these people's life. But there came a time when a door opened that only God could open. Only God could give Pharaoh the dream so that Joseph would have something to interpret. Timing. It's time. That's why it's happening. That's why things are happening, because it's time for them to happen. Everything is unfolding. Okay? As it should, because God it's been a divine alignment. This alignment is divine. That God would set us straight. Okay, put us where we're supposed to be in this reality. Changing of the guards. For sure. Now we going the way God wants us to go. Me and my house are serving the Lord. Okay, not ourselves. Our ego. Our flesh. And now we can look God right in the eye. Okay? Now we can see what He sees. Know what He knows. Be as He is. As He is, so are we. We are one. This is the reality that I want to see manifest in my life. So I'm saying something. I'm saying it. I'm declaring it. I'm decreeing it so that it would be established in my life, in my world, in me. I'm operating as if. I'm operating as if. Okay? Being that breakthrough, that chain breaker. Being the one that brings breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Because she knew what to do. Because God showed her the truth. Act on them. Be that. Be that. Be that. Be that. Be her. Okay? In him. Like him. For him. I want to see God. I want the Father's. I want to see God's will be done. I want to see his kingdom come, which we know is within us. The kingdom is within us. I want to see his kingdom come and his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I want my children to see it and experience it even the more. Because every round goes higher and higher. It says he acts. He said act on it. Act on them, the breakthrough. That's how you're going to get the breakthrough. You got to act on it as if. Okay? He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to predict the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition. Okay, or in pagan traditions, be to the high priestess. Be second to the high priestess. But he is always spiritually connected and disciplined. Always what? Spiritually connected. Okay, authentically from the depths of who he is truly. He is always deeply connected and disciplined. Okay. Discipline with great respect for the Creator and his particular practice. Okay, we take this seriously. This is not a joke. This is not a game. That's why sometimes I'll study a thing before I say it. Make sure I got it in context. Okay, is this what you meant by what you said to me? About me, for me. I do that sometimes overly, but it's only because I want to be sure that we on the same page, that I'm asking for the right thing. Since I got this authority, it comes with responsibility. We have to always be what? Disciplined and connected with great respect for the Creator. For the Creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, trusted teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. That has led you to where you are today, standing before this open door. Love is an open door. The love of God is an open door. This invitation, this come on in, come on down. It's your turn. It's your time. It's time for you to break through. It's time for your breakthrough. You have been led to where you are today. Bump what they say. You know how you got here and got this way. You know. You have to be like this in order to see through all of that. You are a bridge between heaven and earth. And it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything you are given attention and energy to at this time is creating. Everything you're doing. Listen, what it say? What it say? Everything you are given attention to and your energy to at this time is creating a way forward. At this time, it's causing you to break through, making a way forward for you, so you can be as busy as you want to be, basking in the light, okay? Basking in God's joy, in His goodness, in His Son. Everything you are giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks. There have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and yours, God, or your spirit. Okay? He has led you. This has been experience, these setbacks. Experience. Thank you, Lord, for experience. We thank you. That's how I say it. That's how God is saying to us that He showed us the truth. We had to go through the chaos in order to get the clarity. In order for Him, we had to be in situations in order for Him to show us how to get out of them. We had to be in a place of not knowing in order for Him to, be in a position for, we say, Lord, school me in your ways. Show me what to do. Take me by the hand. Lead me down the path of truth so I can get off this path that's perverted and wicked. Please and thank you. It said these setbacks, there have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. It says, know that you are being guided by the ancestors. Okay? Everybody I'll be talking about is, for me, an ancestor. Everybody in the Bible is an ancestor for me, because I've been adopted into the family. So that's how I see it. You see how you want to see it. This is what gives me clarity. This is what helps me to see my way through. It says, know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow. Direct yourself, your whole entire being toward what you want to see grow. I want to see my relationship with God grow to the point where I know that I know that I know what I need to know when I need to know it. That is important to me. I need to see beyond this reality. That's important. I need to. That gives me peace. So you're being guided to direct your thoughts and your energies, okay, towards what you want to see grow, heal, and expand. What do you want to see grow? What do you want to see grow? What do you want to see healed within you, internally, externally? What do you want to see grow internally, externally? If my relationship with God grows, my relationship with my children grows and develops and becomes more meaningful. Okay? What do you want to see healed and expand? With Bumblebee, with that expanding, going from flower to flower, pollinating, cross-pollinating. Like me mixing, the Bible with oracle cards, tarot cards, whatever. For me, they just pictures that have a representation that I can use, to receive an understanding and give one. I can show you what I'm talking about. I can put up a picture of it. But it's all creating a life that's sweeter, more harmonious. Okay? It's unifying us. It's showing us that we got more in common than we do, than not. Yeah, there are differences, but not so many that it matters that we can't become one, that we can't see eye to eye, that we can't see beyond the obvious and get to the deeper insight. Connect the dots, so we looking like a honeycomb around here. We creating a space for us to dwell in. Okay? We can all work together. Building that heaven, that heavenly place that we're seated in the spirit on earth. It's harmonious in heaven. Ain't no chaos going on up there. No crying, no lying, no dying, no denying. Truth, light, that's what's there. In the presence of the Most High, in that heavenly realm, that is what's there. And that's what I want to see in my home, within me first and within my home. Those that come to my home. In my neighborhood, in my city, in my country, in my world. There's got to be a way we can connect, be able to see eye to eye so that there is peace on earth. Everything you are, It says, know that you are being guided by your ancestors. Direct your thoughts, your energies toward what you want to grow, heal, and expand. And then watch it happen right before your eyes. And then watch it happen right before your eyes. Watch you become it. Huh? Just as sure is true within you. This is who you really are and who you always was and was supposed to be. Voila, magic. Majestic. Suddenly, breakthrough. You are living in that reality. Okay? You are walking out that part of your destiny. It say, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. That's what I'm talking about, God. I'm watching. God say, don't believe me, just watch. But we do need to believe in order to receive. But after you done, you have to, that's that divine time, and everything is unfolding in its time. This word, his truth, whatever is written, it's going to be fulfilled. His will be done. Okay? $40 is the number of the page that this card is on. That could be significant because he is grounding us. He is showing us how to ground ourselves. Show us the truth. Lead us down the path of righteousness for your name's sake. Lord, don't even do it for my sake. Do it for your name's sake. Okay, do it for your own reputation. The roots of true happiness. Psalms 112, 1 through 10. It says, this psalm is a wisdom psalm that details the spiritual blueprint. Come on with that spiritual blueprint. Spiritual blueprint, who you really are, down to the DNA of you. I'm not a brand, I'm a strand. Okay? Down to the DNA of you. Who were you before you came here and started being? The spiritual blueprint. It details the spiritual blueprint, the inner character, the lasting stability of the person who reverences and delights in God. Okay? Reverences. You're going to see from a higher perspective, because you know what? I know God know the truth. Let me go see. Let me ask. Let me knock. Okay? Let me seek. So I'll know what to say. I'll know how to be. Okay? I'll know how to be in this reality. I want to be an example. A spiritual blueprint. I want to possess an inner character that provides lasting stability. Lasting stability of the person. Yes, God, I need lasting stability within me. I need to be established before it's revealed in my reality. I have to be established. It highlights that the true blessedness is rooted not in fleeting emotions, but in an unshakable, trusting heart that mirrors God's own righteousness. Come on, everything I just said. We're trying to mirror. We're trying to be a picture of, an image of what God looks like in the flesh. True blessedness is rooted not in fleeting emotions, okay, tossed to and fro by any this and that. We want to be rooted and grounded in truth. The truth that He's shown you. But we want to be rooted in unshakable trust. We want to say, it said true blessedness is rooted not in fleeting emotions, but in an unshakable trusting heart that mirrors God's own righteousness, grace, and radical generosity. That mirrors God's own righteousness, His grace, and radical generosity. Okay? Thinking about the fish and the 5 loaves. There was leftovers and generous. Leftovers. Fed 5,000, not including women and children, and then leftovers. Generosity, radical. Because God don't run out. He's the gift that keeps giving all that's good. It says reverence and delight. Okay, the psalm opens with praise the Lord. Hallelujah. It says giving God the highest praise and declares that happy is the person who fears the Lord, who holds a deep, awe-filled respect and delights in His commands. You delight, you basking in His commands. You basking in what He said and what you've heard Him say. Joy. You just joyful. You just love it. You just, yes. Generational impact. It reflects an overflow where spiritual and physical legacy remain strong, grounded, integrous, and upright in living. Right? Upright in living. Grounded in integrity. remaining strong from the root. Okay? Truthful, honest, you. All of that time that Joseph was there, it did not change Joseph. Joseph was in Egypt for a long time, okay? A long enough time to be, he was a slave in Egypt and had been there a long enough time to be institutionalized, if that were possible. But he stayed who he was. And when Pharaoh said to him, you know what I'm saying? How do you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Where does it come from? Who are you? He say interpretation comes from God. Okay, I'm just the messenger. Interpretation comes from God. It is the gift that he has given me so that I can be what I need to be in your time of need, right here, right now. Okay? I can help you lead. But I'd be a liar if I was saying that that it came from anywhere. But the God that made me, it's him. He's the one that gave it to me. I'm just sharing it. Ain't God good? That's how Joseph was. Ain't God good? Isn't he merciful? Isn't he gracious? Isn't his grace sufficient? This is going to make a generation, whatever's getting ready to happen, whatever this breakthrough is going to make a generational impact. Come on. Come on. You see that impact? Generational impact. It's going to reflect the overflow. Just like out of my belly right here, right now for 1 hour and 11 minutes on the timer. Okay? 1:12, just like that. For an hour and 12 minutes. Out of my belly been flowing rivers of living water. Out of my belly has been flowing what's good. Out of my heart, sweetness, joy, delighting in God. Yeah, that's about to manifest. We about to see that. We about to see what that look like out here. Yes. In our world. So that my children can bask in that joy. Can learn why mama delights so. They know, but yeah, even the more, Lord, even the more I want them to know. And their children to know. And their children until we are no more. Unshakable steadfastness. The righteous person is described as never moved and anchored like a rock. Never moved. That's a gift. To be able to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Always. Immune to dread, it says. When bad news arrives, they do not panic. Their heart is firm and secure because it trusts. Say, trust it. Because it trusts completely in God. Dawn in hard times. Light dawns in the darkness. Light dawns in the darkness for the upright. For everybody, for the upright. If you reverse, I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to you. Not this message. We talking to the upright. Light dawns in the darkness for the upright. See, that dawning of a new day came for Joseph because he was upright in his way of being, in his way of doing. Even in prison, he was upright. He was still the same. His gifts, he still shared them. Even when he was in the bottom, in the pit, he wasn't prejudiced. Whosoever will, he let them come. He shared his gifts in the pit, in the bottom, where he could be like, I'm down here in this pit. I'm not going to do nothing else for God no more since I'm down here. You don't care nothing about me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that have a sunny disposition no matter what. They always got their eyes on God. They able to see beyond what's happening in their reality. They able to see beyond the chains. Okay? Physical, mental, emotional, whatever is going on. They're able to see beyond this world's reality. They are receiving clarity. Okay? They are able to see from a higher perspective. So that makes them immune to dread. When bad news arrives, they do not panic. Their heart is firm. Their heart is firm and secure. Okay? Because it trusts completely in God. And it says, light dawns in the darkness for the upright, symbolizing that divine clarity, hope, and breakthrough always emerge during life's darkest times. Always emerges. That light gonna come. That breakthrough gonna come. That door is gonna be open. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It was divine timing. Okay? When God say today, Joseph's life changed in 24 hours. Because it was time. There was a need for him. God had him down there in that pit, you know what I'm saying, tied up like a donkey. But when came time and God had need of him, yo, let's go. Shrek. Let's go, donkey. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. It's go time. Radical generosity and justice. Radical generosity. Radical generosity. We know how much honey we eat from these bees. They just be working day and night. Okay? Radical generosity, though, is what is establishing. And justice. Okay, because this, like I said, justice, because this who you being. When it was time for Joseph, okay, to go and be who he was in spirit, in this reality, who he was in the spirit. When it was time for him to go and be who he was spiritually in this reality. Yeah. It was time, it was justice being served. Because Joseph had been being who he was about to be. Just on different levels. Okay, but here we are. It says, living with discretion, a spiritually mature person. A spiritually mature person conducts their affairs with fairness, mercy, and wise judgment. This is who Joseph had been being. This is who Joseph had been. Okay? Someone who lived his life this way. Spiritually mature. He's not down there in the pit having a tantrum, throwing stuff around, folding his finger. I can interpret the dream for you, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving all my interpretations for when God give me a dream. You know? He was okay with the fact that they getting out today, but he say, remember me. Because he was believing that his day was going to come. That a day was going to come when he would be able to fly, okay, out of that cage high like an eagle. Unlimited. Able to be, finally. He was established. Able to be this for eternity. Forever. Joseph was who he was after God elevated him. He was in that position till he died. Okay? He left here, there. He left here, there. And that's what's getting ready to happen. God is lining things up, setting things straight, putting things in order. And they're happening, being revealed in the divine timing, unfolding unfolding. This opportunity is unfolding for you, Joseph. Right here, right now. No more of that. Now it's time for all of this. All of this. Breakthrough after breakthrough. Okay, honeycomb after honeycomb. Right connection after right connection. Yes. Yes. Hit after hit. Love so lit it don't quit. Hit after hit. Love so lit it don't quit. Because it's the love of God that you are distributing. Yeah, he conducts this. A spiritually mature person conducts their affairs with fairness, mercy, and wise judgment. Wise judgment. Wise judgment. We understand it's a timing thing. We not in a hurry to make no call judgment on a matter. We'll wait for it. We'll wait. We'll sit with it. Timing. Right timing. We'll time it. It says, an economy of grace. They freely lend, give to the poor, and hold material wealth loosely, viewing resources as a tool for compassionate distribution. Viewing resources, what resources? If you ain't got money, you know something, you have wisdom, you have knowledge, you have an understanding of what? Of what has God given you wisdom on, knowledge, understanding about? That's what you have to share. That's your resource that you can, if you see it this way, you can view it as a tool, an opportunity to be compassionate. You can see it as something divine that you can distribute, rather than selfishly hoarding. Their righteousness is noted and enduring forever. Their righteousness is noted. Joseph's righteousness was noted. He in Egyptian books, I bet you on the wall. I bet you he is on the wall. He is in the Bible. Okay, it is written, the man that he was, how he lived, we still talking about it today. Their righteousness is noted, how they live, how they used to be being. Everybody know, because they was that consistently. Hell, high water. They knew. They had the clarity to know to be a certain way. Because this storm that I'm going through, how y'all acting, how y'all treating me, how y'all mistreating me, how y'all judging me, yeah, it's going to pass. And when it do, I'm going to be standing. Okay? Basking in the sun. Basking in God's light and in his joy. Because I'm going to receive what he promised me. Because I stood the test of time. Time tested me. Time tested Joseph. Time tested Jesus. Daniel in the lion's den. Time tested. Noah. Time tested. 40 days and 40 nights in the belly of a whale. That ark was like the belly of a whale. Okay? Yeah, it was like hell in the belly of a whale. But he was trusting God that this is what God done told him to do. That storm was violent outside that ark. Trust. Violent. Because God was just fed up with man and its evilness. And we just had gotten so evil that he had to literally cleanse the earth. Had to have the mother to open herself up and from the belly, from her belly, from the earth's belly, from the belly of the earth. Water was coming up. God bringing it down. Man, look at here. Where there had never been rain before. Store up. I'm telling you, store up the gift. Store up. Stir up the stored up gift that is within you, the gift of God, whatever that is, however it show up, however you operate in it, however it is being in you. It's time to stir it up. Okay, harvest the hive. Harvest the hive. Get all that good. All that sweetness. All that's good that is within you. All that's God that is within you. And lead. Don't change. Don't conform. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now that your mind is being renewed. Now that God done put you up on game. Now that he has shown you the truth. Shown you how he works. Okay, how to make it do what it do. How to be resourceful with you. He say trust it and go and show out. Go on and show out. I had a little pattern going. So for divine timing, Holy Spirit, and the eagle, see from a higher perspective, 124 could be significant. 66 could be significant. 142 could be significant. Give me something for C from a higher perspective, the eagle. It says no weapon formed. Because you take delight in God, the mighty one, and look to him. Okay, seeing from a higher perspective. Because you take delight in God, okay? This you too. Declaring and decreeing. And taking delight in him like from the most authentic place within you. Because you take delight in God, the mighty one, and look to him joyfully and boldly, your life will be bathed in light, y'all. This is the same thing. This is confirmation. And we confirm in the eagle. But this is you. And this is what God is saying. Y'all saw me shuffle. It's Job 22:26-30. It says, your life will be bathed in light. To those who feel low, you'll say. And I say in the beginning, God saying it's going to be whatever you say. You have the power to say. And it's going to be that way. To bind, to loose. It says, to those who feel low, you'll say, chin up, be brave, and God will save them. Yes, even the guilty will escape. Escape through God's grace in your life. Even those who are guilty, okay, will be able to escape through God's grace in your life. Because you're not giving them what they deserve. You're not treating, Joseph didn't treat his brothers, you know what I'm saying, like they deserve to be treated. No. He was too mature for that. And we still talking today about how he handled it. Yeah. Even the guilty will escape. Escape through God's grace. Okay? Escape through God's grace in your life. God has graced you to be a leader that can forgive and look beyond the obvious. You to a point where you could say, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do. That kind of leader. Like David, when he would be dealing with Saul, we just gonna let God deal with that. We're going to talk to God about it, okay? We're going to let God handle that. That grace. The same grace that God showed you, Okay? You see, because you shadow, you got that shadow side. Same grace that God showed you. You have an opportunity to lead by example. It's okay. Just go and sin no more, type thing. Go and be who you are over there. Because they're guilty. They're guilty. It say that. But even the guilty will escape through God's grace in your life. Because of the grace of God that is on your life, you're going to have grace, extend grace towards these people who are guilty. Ooh, child, we over here bathing in light, okay, 2 times. It's out here. This is what it's about to be. Bathing in light, bathing in God's truth, bathing. This is our reality. This is what we do. This is how we live. Heaven on earth. Okay, I know you finna have a garden. Okay, your garden, metaphorically speaking, everything that's in your life finna be so good because you got these bees. Okay, you're gonna have to have something to tend to, a garden to tend to, for there to be bees around. No weapon formed while you being this leader, able to see from a higher perspective. No weapon formed. What's 124? This is air. Because this is the eagle. It says, look at things from a different angle. Look at things. Oh, divine timing. Everything unfolds in its time. Yeah, maybe even some of us, you know what I'm saying, be like, now, is it time yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Is it time yet? We got to look at things from a different angle. God is not late. He is not slack, concerning his promises. In divine time, and everything is unfolding just like it's supposed to. Look at things from a different perspective. A different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. Fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. Okay? For me, that's the S-O-N. He draws his strength and his power from the sun. He is powerful, strong, and courageous. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous God who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence and grace and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. Okay? Make a plan from a higher space. Okay, after you done got clarity, you can see beyond the obvious. You can make a plan, declare and decree. Okay, this is how it's gonna be. We gonna learn how to show grace to our enemies. We gonna learn how to extend God's grace, towards them. As generously, radically generously as it was given unto us. If you just forgiving them, if you not just dragging them, the things that you could do with the power you have in you, you're not abusing it. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and selfish desires. Yeah, not what you want. His will be done. God, your will be done. Not my will, your will. What you want. I want what you want. God has shown you how he works. He done showed you the truth about how he works. When it get down to the nitty gritty, this is what we gonna do instead. Okay? Because at the end of it, that's when he done showed you all the way up at the top, looking down on the situation, looking at everybody involved in the situation, looking down. You got this bird's eye view, and you can see the future even. Like Joseph. You can see 7 years up the road. Where they will be able to see what you was trying to explain to them in this time and part of reality. So you making plans based on that. You have the ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and selfish desires. Ego medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. It's funny to say at this time, and it was divine timing. Mike can't see the whole way at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? What is the potential in the current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. That's what I was just saying. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Come on. Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, no, they say, know this, know this, know this. Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. See, that's why we're not doing that. That's why our intentions are for what we intending and creating is for the highest good of all. The only thing we want to die is them egos. Ego death. Yeah. Yeah. That ego got to die though. It'll only hold you back. Ego medicine can help you change. Can help you change this. The ego brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Sky Father. Okay, so Father God for me, and invites you to do all things from a place of love, even when it's tough love. You want to be doing things from a place of love. Like I say, I give tough love, but ain't nothing gonna die but the ego. Okay, unless you the devil for sure. Unless you just full of evil and yeah, you done allowed it to take over you, then you might die with it. I'm just saying, that's the truth. Do all things from a place of love. See, God wouldn't even put you in that position if he didn't know you was gonna do that. He had tested Joseph down in the all through his life and in the pit. Joseph was able to do things from a place of love. And at the end, he ended up forgiving his brothers. Okay? Because he saw that they were truly sorry. That they really had learned their lesson. So he was able to extend grace. Say, you know what you meant for evil, God meant it for my good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm basking in the light now. It's all good. I was put in that position so that many people could be saved from what I went through. Give me something for bask in joy, summer, breakthrough. Excuses says, the sluggard says, there's a lion outside on the loose. If I go out to be productive, oh my God, I'll be killed and eaten alive. Look at this, y'all. It says, I'm gonna need some clarification. Okay, no weapon forming. God, I guess God is saying he ain't accepting no excuses for going and being who he's created us to be. You like, chop, chop. Let's be about it. Be about it. The sluggard says, there's a lion outside on the loose. If I go out to be productive, I'll be killed and eaten alive. If I go out to be productive, the boogeyman gonna get me. Though my enemies are gonna get me. But he done already told us that no weapon formed against us gonna be able to prosper. No, not one. Not mentally, not emotionally, not physically, not financially. No, not one. You might form them, do what you do, but they ain't gonna prosper. Okay? No matter how much you do it, how hard you do it, how good you do it. So this is God telling us no excuses. This is the intuition brings breakthrough insight. That's the breakthrough insight. No excuses, because if you like me, we breaking through that wall of where we're no longer, holding ourselves back from being who we are, how we are. No excuse. The lion outside ain't got no teeth. He walks about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. But he may not devour us, because no weapon formed against us. We know too much truth. We are too divinely aligned for that. Within and without. It's not happening. So we bind that spirit of fear. Okay, let me get one of these intuitive cards, for each one. It says, because we got for the high priest, intend and create, we got vibrational alignment. We are aligned. When you align with the universe, your intuition becomes stronger. So that sight is strong. We able to see. So that we can intentionally create the reality that not only we want, but that we know God wants, because he does set things straight within us. So there are no excuses. There are no excuses. We are aligned within so that we can go out and be about it. Be who God has created us to be. Shape shift. Whatever you need to be, do it. Be it. This is the Hierophant. Teach. I'm showing up today for myself to teach, to reach, to speak. Homecoming. Okay? From clarity and chaos to homecoming. You had to get through the chaos, all that clutter, all that foolishness. But we on our way home. We going somewhere. Okay, we have transformed and we have come back to ourself, to our original self. Okay, we cool with us now. We done integrated all the parts of us. Okay, the wild, the free. Okay, yeah, we're a free agent now. Free agent. Okay, let's go. Let's say. We're going home. No matter how far you wandered, the place you return to is always you. No matter how far you wandered in the chaos, no matter how far you wandered, the place you return to is always you. See, that original, authentic self. The you've always been. God took you by the hand and led you down the path of truth so you could save yourself from being everything else that everybody else wanted you to being just who you are. Honestly. Truthfully. All right, Lord, I need one for divine timing. And see from the higher perspective with the eagle. Divine timing. Everything unfolds in its time. Trust God's timing. It says sensory awareness. Heighten your sensory awareness. It supports your intuitive flow. Heighten. Seeing things from a higher perspective. Heighten your sensory awareness. See, hear, smell, everything. Your sensory, all the senses. Heighten your sensory awareness. By taking when we take delight in God, when we seek God, when we look to Him joyfully and boldly. God, I thank you. I have a Father. I do have a Father who does live in heaven. Holy is His name. Lord, I can just, I can get with you and see your kingdom come. Your will be done in my life. Heighten your sensory awareness. It supports the intuitive flow. Okay? Your ability to flow as and be that leader that you are. Heighten. Stay in His presence. Continue delighting in God. Continue looking to Him joyfully. That's how heightening that sensory awareness. Joyfully, boldly. Okay? Boldly. Being yourself. Give me something for basking the joy and light and excuses. The sluggard says there's a lion. That's why we've been procrastinating, because there's a lion outside. There's the enemy is outside. He gonna get me. He gonna cause a bunch of chaos and stuff to happen and blah blah blah. This is how we could be thinking, and while we being sluggard, while we procrastinating, while we being slow to be about it. It says divine intervention. Divine intervention. That's that no weapon formed. Divine intervention is why no weapon can be formed. And God said, I need you to be aware of that. Okay? Aware. Divine intervention is at work. Okay? Divine intervention is at work. God is intervened. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Okay? Divine intervention is at work. Your intuition is the message. My God. Your intuition is the message? What you mean? Okay, give me. Divine intervention. Divine intervention is at work. Show me what that looked like. Divine intervention is at work. Oh, it's a blank slate. Your intuition is the message. It's a blank slate because it's whatever you say. You got to build it. You got to create it with what you say. It is going to be what you say. God said, let there be light, let there be this, let there be that, let there be the other. And here we are living in all of it still to this day. The light, the water, the land. Okay? Clean slate. Blank page. Your intuition is the message. Divine intervention is at work. Wow. Wow. Look at this. She got a she's not alone on this one. One more, y'all. Divine intervention. Blank slate. Divine intervention, legislate, bask in the joy of life, breakthrough insight. Saving face. You may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job. Or you need to smile and make nice. And then make nice to get the position that you want. Make nice to get the position that you want. Saving face. And we got protection. You are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while and you will be shown the truth. And then we got here, show me truth. You will be shown the truth. Transform and unveil your gifts. That's what Joseph was doing down there in the bottom. He was grinning and bearing it. He was grinning and bearing it. Let God build character in him. Let me get one more. Divine intervention. Yeah, that divine intervention. God is protecting. Like ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Frozen. Prickly situation. Okay. You need both tact and diplomacy to reach your goals. The struggle is worth the prize. The struggle is worth the prize, Joseph. Okay, Joseph had done been through it all, and still it ain't time yet. He knew he had to deal with these people carefully, because them Egyptians would yeah, nothing to play with. The struggle is worth the prize. Work around the issue and use a gentler touch. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work right now. Being aloof can leave you feeling out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. And Joseph felt like life was just frozen for him down there. But it was a prickly situation, one in which God had to intervene in order for the breakthrough, in order for him to be in a position where he could actually, bask in that joy in the promises of God boldly. One more. What's the end? What's the end of it, Lord? It said your intuition is the message, okay? Your intuition is the gift, okay? Your relationship with God and how he give you the downloads, how he enables you to see spiritually, okay, through the chaos, how he enables you to endure unto the end, okay, to become this leader. Yeah, he's showing you how to deal with it. He's showing you, show me truth, show me how you work, God, so I can deal with these prickly situations, okay? Show me how to wait on you. Take me by the hand, lead me down the path of truth, because it looked like it was a dead end down there for him. He had to just keep saving face, because knowing that his time was going to come, a day was going to come, and you are protected. And guess what? I bet Joseph was feeling like, what if I get up here and they do me like they done did me? Like everybody else in my life has done me. What if I get up here and say yes, okay, and walk through the door and, you know what I mean? And it's just like it's being, and the same thing happen again. That's going to be one big fall. But God done already told us that we are being protected, divinely protected. He is divinely intervening. You ain't went through all that. It's about to be, you ain't went through all that for nothing. having to mask, you know what I'm saying, who you really are, which is a leader, upright leader. But he couldn't be proving that to nobody. He couldn't be trying to prove that to nobody. He had to just wait on God. He had to just wait on God's divine timing to give him that clean slate so he can show him who he was. He was someone that was multi-dimensional, coat of many colors. God wants us to know that we're protected. He is divinely, look at that hand up underneath them. You and your children. You and the next generation. Yeah. Stand on the mountain and magnify his name, telling all the people and every nation that he reigns. The message is the gift. Zion is calling me to a higher place of praise. You're being protected, so don't worry. Let's get it. Let's go. It says you are uncovering new talents that will land you new work and a better position. You could get more money with the deal, with the deal as well, or with this deal that God got coming. This is Joseph. This is that. 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 Y'all already know when Joseph got to the top up there and got situated, from that day forward, it was all good in the hood. Okay? It was all good in his neighborhood for him. Uncovering new talents. Okay? New. As you go out to be who you are, authentically, God says this is who you are. And he about to show you off, okay? He about to go out there in that garden, going out there in that world. Got some tulips out here and some, you know what I mean, marigolds and just all different kind of flowers out here that you can enjoy. Basking in the sun and just being you. That's the work, being you. Your intuition is the message. Woo. It's the message. Your intuition is the message. It's what you say. But God is gifts. You are uncovering new talent. New talents. That will, because you was faithful over the little talents that you had back then. When? Okay? Yes. Now he giving you new. You're uncovering it. He said it's unfolding in divine timing. You're uncovering it. It's unfolding. It's breaking through. And I came forth. Hello. Not on my own as it seems, but by the one of whose throne that I'm sitting on. I've been redeemed by the King. Yeah. Just like it seems. It's not in your dreams. Okay, Joseph was not dreaming anymore. We was looking at a king. King of overcoming, if nothing else. Queen Bee. These new talents that will land you new work and a better position. Okay, a better position. And yesterday when we was reading, we saw the card came out, a position of power. What's this better position, Lord? I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go. One more. See, he might not say nothing because he done already showed us this blank card here. But we do know that these new talents are going to land us, those of us who this message is for. Because everybody not going to, this message is not for everybody. 1, 2, 3 people, maybe. Okay? Because most people wouldn't have done all the things that it took to get to where we are. You could get more money with the deal as well. God finna line them pockets. It's finna be a lot of money. Because look at the bees of workers. They move around. They move around. Yeah, and it's going to be wealth and blessings and gifts and wherever you go. Favor. Yes. Yes. Yeah, when Joseph moved up, it was a better position. And it did offer him a better life. Better lifestyle. What's these gifts? Let me get an idea. Is it a surprise, Lord? Tell me about these gifts. Let me know about the gifts. You. Okay, it's perspective. You the gift. You the gift. Black swan. Okay, like Joseph was a black sheep, black swan. Yeah, who'd have knew? Who'd have thought? Huh? If you change the way you look at things, okay, see things from a higher perspective. Okay? And it talked about here about transform and unveil your gifts. It's you. It's you. It's us. It's in us. Christ in me, my hope of glory. That glory is about to be revealed. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light. Brand new light. You can see how it's about to be breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. A brand new light that will help you get to where you want to be. So you can see what you want, have what you want to, you can grow what you want to grow, you can heal what you want to heal, you can expand in the way that you want to expand. You got to see yourself differently. You got to see you differently. I love you guys. Next time.